Well, let me tell you, I've been out since the beginning of May, but I've been, perhaps by my mistake, under the impression that I couldn't publicize my views on anything political or marijuana or drug law related. And I found out that's over yesterday, so hence I'm here today. And sadly, I was guilty of what I did, and I shouldn't have done it. I guess what I want to say is I'm still in this, and I'm hoping that with my newfound understanding of how the system works and how I might avail myself of the courts and protection through the courts and perhaps a human rights tribunal, if necessary, and not challenge the laws by breaking them, I basically will continue my fight to live in a society where the rule of law applies to everyone, to all of us, and where the perversion of that rule of law doesn't lead to direct perversions in our society that are dangerous. It is dangerous when you consider that gangsters are so powerful. And just to tell you how powerful gangsters are in jail, until I came along, there were no individual packed packages of like creamer, or not creamer, but heifer dust, I call it, and no individual packed butters and whatever, per tray, per prisoner. But as a cleaner, I was eventually in charge of doling it out, and I wanted to distribute this equally. And so as I tried that, there's this ruling clique called the head table. Every unit has got its own head table, and basically they're the head gangsters, and you gotta do what they say. And they didn't like what I was doing, so I got into trouble. They got a young guy to target me, and it's called torpedo me. So I got hit, and basically I wanted to pretend that I was a big shot and tough old man, but it's affected me. I've got this ringing in my ears that sometimes gets to be quite annoying. And the last unit I was in, I'll tell you how far it went. A young guard, we'll call him Mr. M, okay? Basically oversaw on at least 3 occasions that I witnessed, oversaw the head table guys, the cleaners that were working for the head tables, open every meal to see which were the biggest portions, and they kept the biggest portions for themselves. And here's the guard overseeing that. Now, first of all, I saw that as a healthcare issue, as a health issue, because basically what you're doing is you're opening trays that should be closed so that they're not getting bacteria and germs on them from breathing on them, and you're allowing people to breathe on them and everybody to look down on them, and maybe something's drooling from their nose or whatever. And here's the guard standing there. He's got the keys on him, and he's got the radio, and he's standing back about 2 meters watching the process. It's like he's overseeing it for them. He's like working for the head table. And the ridiculous thing in corrections is that as you enter the place, and strategically throughout different offices, there are these posters, anti-gang life posters. And here in jail, okay, it's the perfect recruitment center. This is where you get the power of the head table if you do their bidding and give that old guy a few shots in the head. It's ridiculous. It's like they're pretending, we say we're anti-true posters, we're anti-gang life, okay, but they're allowing the inmates to rule the prison. And control the food and have guards oversee that. I don't understand how that is compatible with anti-gang life posters. Maybe I'm missing something that corrections knows and I don't. But I know I am happy to be out. I've got a dog here, a little Jack Russell. I think you've seen that before. And she's wormed her way into my heart. I'm in a very good space mentally. I don't hate anyone. I'm regretting having done what I've done. I'm not wanting to break any laws. But I'm certainly not giving up my political viewpoints that these laws cause crime. And I can prove it. We need to have a society that's not ruled by tyrants and their will and their use of propaganda and politicizing the population so that they mistake majority rule for democracy. We need to have serious input, fresh input into our problems with drugs and younger children using them. And we need to get organized crime out of the picture. We need to control these substances and make ourselves and society more immune to misuse and the effects of misuse. And that's of all drugs, including cigarettes and alcohol. Thank you. Have a good day. And may you be protected.